in as extra.
Right, I hear you. Let's start it. Ready? All right, it's already YouTube live. We'll talk more about it a little bit later. Change. It's still hot. It tastes good too. You ready? All right. And shalom, Lord Christ. All right. Shalom, Yahweh Shem Yahshua Rakathon to all my brothers. Shalom, Yahweh Shamar. Alathon Bashem Yahshua to all my sisters. All right. This is the I.S.U.P.K Historical Truths Revealed class. Today we are running a little bit late, so lock it for that. We are jumping into the topic, okay? And what the topic is Black History Month, all right? Through this month, I'm going to go over other, events concerning Black history, okay? Next week, most likely, I might touch on Valentine's Day as something that is, different. But Valentine's Day, was created, or I guess around the time celebrated in America, around the time Black History Month became an actual month for Black people. And with Black History Month, we are going to go into the history of it. Where did it come from? When did it start? And how has it, affected the earth today? See what I'm saying? Today in 2018, all right? So just follow along. We're going to jump right into it, okay? So with Black History Month, the origin of Black History Month, let me just say this. There's a Roman festival called Parentilia, which is a festival, that the Romans kept as a way to, go back to the dead and, celebrate and praise the dead. See what I'm saying? Praise the dead as far as like, honoring them, bringing them food to the gravesite, weird as hell, bringing them food, flowers, and, remembering the day that, their loved ones once died and stuff like that, right? And this pretty much ties into Black History Month, okay? And how it ties into Black History Month is because we honor those who did great things in the past. Those who are living are giving the dead praise for the things that they did. That's why they're considered to be great people in Black History Month. There's a whole chart that the I.S.U.P.K used to have in the Philly school, the old Philly school, where Black people who invented a lot of things. You see what I'm saying? We should have that very soon. We should have that to remember the great Black people who have done and created a lot of good things, right? You got people, you got black men who created this, the street light, peanut butter. I'm not sure what's really revolutionized about peanut butter. Jiffy Mix. No, not Jiffy Mix, SKYPE. Yeah, peanut butter. You got people who created like, Eli Whitley, who created the cotton gin, who we will also talk about a little bit later. You see what I'm saying? Madam C.J. Walker, who was the first self-made woman to be a millionaire. All right, that's a big achievement. But with Black History Month, we have to really dig deep into how did Black people get this month? A whole month, about niggas. You know what I'm saying? People should understand that, this is a month of insult, first of all. Black history is every day. Niggas is making history every day, whether it's good, whether it's bad. You see what I'm saying? For starters, our history does not start with Black History Month or being a slave.
Right.
I'll show you later today as we get on to the topic where our history started, all right? So I need you to read the history of Negro History Week.
Come. The precursor to Black History Month was created in 1926 in the United States.
So in 1926 in the United States, that's when Black history was our week or our day. It started off as a week, Negro History Week. That's what it was for us. All right, keep reading.
When historian Carter G. Woodson and the Association for the Study of Negro Life and History announced the second week of February to be Negro History Week.
So a man by the name of Carter G. Woodson, which was a Black historian, with this brother, he had, he made it to where the second week of February was considered Negro Week. He thought about, okay, well, I've seen a lot of Black people around this time who are, doing amazing things, man. We should honor these Black people. Instead of just having one day, let's have a whole week. And that week later, years and years on, you see what I'm saying, which we're also going to, years later, it became a whole month. So starting off with the week, and I'm gonna give you some background knowledge of who Carter G. Woodson was. Carter G. Woodson was a Black historian who was parents. He had parents who were former slaves in slavery around around this time when he was around the time he was born, who lived in the North. All right, the north of the United States, and he was really inspired to write about his history and write about Black people's history, because he was like really inspired by the achievements in which Black people had made and done. Now, with that being said, so he got he was also accepted in white communities. White people took a liking to him because how intelligent and how smart he was and what he was trying to do. But there came a catch with that. All right, keep going on that.
This week was chosen because it coincided with the birthday of Abraham Lincoln on February 12th, and Frederick Douglass on February 14th. So also the reason why this was Black History Month. Black History Month started as the Negro History Week. In the same week as Abraham Lincoln and Frederick Douglass' birthdays being in the same week. You see what I'm saying? That was also another reason why they had it in that week. And the thing is, with Abraham Lincoln, Black people believe that he freed slaves and he abolished slavery, and he was for the Black people. But remind you, this is the same man who still had slaves before and after. Right.
See what I'm saying? And there was really the slavery never ended for us at all. Never ended for us. But America said, it did get abolished around the 1700s, the late 17 or 1800s. You see what I'm saying? People were no more in chains and no more in the field, no more in their houses, hostage. But that's not true. Okay. So the Negro Week was, put on the second week of Frederick Douglass and Abraham Lincoln's birthday, February 12th. And what's the other one, February 14th? February 14th being, so-called Valentine's Day, all right? With the two Roman gods, which I'll be getting into most likely next week. Keep going.
Both of which dates Black community have celebrated together since the late 19th century.
So in the 19th century, this is when, Negro Week was really popular around that time. Black people thought they had it going on. And we finally, are being heard. We're finally being appreciated. You see what I'm saying? That's how niggas felt. They felt, very, puffed up in pride. They took pride in this week. You see what I'm saying? Just like how Black people take pride into the month of Black history. Well, nigga is Black every goddamn day, first of all.
Right.
See what I'm saying? And we're going to get some scriptures concerning Black History Month, all right? Keep going.
From the event's initial phase, primary emphasis was placed on encouraging the coordinated teachings on the history of American Blacks in the nation's public schools.
So this was also pushed into the school systems to learn about these amazing Black people who did so much for, Black people and just history. See what I'm saying? Like, you know, everybody speaks about, you know, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Eli Whitley. See what I'm saying? All these black leaders. You even got now in the Black History books where they got Oprah Winfrey or whatever her hair. I mean, what the fuck is her name? Oprah what?
Oprah Winfrey.
Yeah, I don't know her name. Goddamn, Oprah, the fucking coon. All right, the lady who gives everybody money in Africa, but won't give a nigga in America any money to help, you know, our struggle. All right, our struggles and problems that we go through every day in the hood. All right. So people like that is honored today in Black history. See what I'm saying? But what they don't talk about is why they're celebrated. You will think that it's because of, you know, oh, Eli Whitley, you know, he built the cotton gin. You know what the cotton gin is, right?
Cotton gin?
Yeah.
It sounds like he's saying conjure.
No, cotton gin. Cotton gin. Yeah.
Cotton gin.
I'm probably saying it a little different. I don't know. Cotton gin.
You're saying it too fast.
That's probably why.
At first I was like, what is it?
No, but yeah, he built a machine that, you know, what it did was it flattened out the cotton and it snatched up the seeds. You know, as you know, with the cotton, you know, it used to always make your fingers bleed, it used to cut you. Blood all over the, you know, all over the cotton in the field. It was, you know, it was always stinging you. You see what I'm saying? Like something like a cactus. You know, the little thorns and stuff like that. It's a flower. All right. So with that, you have to understand something. Have you ever noticed that in Black history, the people that they talk about, you know, all over, you know, TV, all over the history books, is niggas who helped white people?
Slovakia.
Go ahead.
Sidebar real quick.
Go ahead.
Growing up in the country of Illinois, my grandma had this big tree that had cotton would bloom on its stem.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, every spring or blossom time or whatever,
right,
cotton would be all over the ground and all that.
Yeah, and even some parts of Minnesota, you can also see that in the field.
The trees, cotton trees.
Yeah, I've seen it myself. You see what I'm saying? Never got a chance to pick it, but I got a chance to see it. And so you know, with that being said, it's like the only people today that are celebrated, you know, as far as Black History Month, is Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Oprah, Eli Whitley, and who else am I thinking about? Anybody that builds something to the point where it helped white people. Black History Month is about the history with white people, meaning the things that benefited white people. Because Eli Whitley decided to build that device and system to where it was more easier to, you know, pick cotton, it made the white man rich till this day. Till this day, they still use the cotton gin. They still use it till this day. It made the white man rich. Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King is celebrated and praised more than the Most High is in the earth. You see what I'm saying? Because of, you know, coming together, bringing our enemies together. You see what I'm saying? He had a dream that, you know, two different races of people, two different nations will come together and be family, be friends, learn how to love each other, learn how to show compassion. The reason why the white men still display Martin Luther King on TV is because their agenda was pushed, which it is still pushed today. Black History Month is not in honor of the real, you know, Black people who have sacrificed and done something great for Black people. They don't talk about Nat Turner in Black history at all. They don't talk about commanding General Yohanna from 1969 to now, who is helping Black, Hispanic, and Native American people. They don't talk about the prophets. They don't talk about Christ. They don't talk about, you know, all the Black people who have done something great or spoke up against the white man. See what I'm saying? Y'all think Martin Luther King and Malcolm X was speaking against the white man? No, they were working side by side with them. That's why with Malcolm X, it was too late. When he started to figure out certain things, and he was just, he realized, that he fucked up, he got killed. He got killed by his own, his own people that was working with the white man. Martin Luther King. As soon as he tried to stop the destruction that he was, doing amongst the Black communities, he got killed as well. But I mean, Nat Turner has to be one of the great example of someone to speak about in Black history. He read the book of Deuteronomy. He read about the slavery and captivity of our people, and it inspired him to, kill white people. It was very ignorant. It was a proper way to do it. See what I'm saying? We will get the chance to, put our hands on the white man and give him, the ass whooping that we've been wanting to give him for over 400 years. You see what I'm saying? But speak about him. Speak about Christ. Speak about, King Solomon, King David. That's a bad man right there. King David, that was a killer. Samson, who killed, thousands of Africans with a jawbone of a donkey. That's amazing right there. Talk about Elijah. See what I'm saying? Who did miracles? Christ, who did miracles. Bringing Lazarus back from the dead. The disciples who had power, authority, and was killing shit. And I say killing shit, meaning they were on top. They were famous amongst the earth. Moses, who brought us out of captivity under one of the most evil niggas on the earth. When I say nigga, I mean, the most evilest person on the earth, man, Pharaoh. The Most High gave Moses a challenge to harden Pharaoh's heart, and Moses did not back down. He went for that challenge, and he got us out of Egypt. Those are great men to speak about.
Right.
See what I'm saying? You got great men like Captain Tazariak, man, who's over there killing the conscious community, man.
Unconscious community.
Unconscious community, all right? He's over there killing them, the water, because that's the truth. You got Gen.YAHANNA, man, who's making white women cry on the 4th of July. I seen a brother who posted that for Black history. You see what I'm saying? That's what we should be honoring. Great men who have helped Black people and who are still helping Black people to this day. And that's brothers in the I.S.U.P.K. Let me not forget our virtuous sisters out there, man. The virtuous sisters in the Bible as well, man, who were side by side with the prophets, man, helping us. And the sisters today, these sisters in the UPK, these sisters are amazing, man. These whores need to get their ass in line. These sisters is doing something amazing. They got a man who's going to stay with them because they're doing something right. They're following orders. They're being obedient. And they know the Most High. We're gonna get with the program, man. That's Black history for you. All right. Keep going on that. Actually, read the quote that you see right there.
Quote: if a race has no history, it has no worthwhile tradition. It becomes a negligible.
That's good.
I can't say that word. Negatable factor in the thought of the world.
Mm-hmm.
And it stands in danger of being exterminated. The
Right.
American Indians left no continuous record. He did not appreciate the value of tradition.
Right.
And where is he today?
Okay, so stop right there. Is that the end of it?
No.
No, I want you to stop right there because Carden G. Woodson said something that was very, very incorrect. And what he said that was incorrect was the fact of, he said that the American Indians, they were here, but they left no history behind. And that's incorrect.
because just like niggas did, niggas used to write, and we still write to this day. But the Native Americans bear record everything that they did as far as history. But there's proof that the white man, after he murdered a lot of the Native Indians, he destroyed the records that they had. Just like the records of the Hebrews, just like how they stole some of the records that they did not burn. If you try to get this book, but this book costs a lot of money. It's called the Russian Icons. The Russian Icon is a book that Captain Katazai had brought out and showed many years ago. You see what I'm saying? When I first came into the school, and just recently when I seen the book. Back then when I came into the school, right, the book cost like maybe less than $100. If you look at it today on Amazon, it costs about how much it costs? Like $500 and up. And the reason why is because that book holds the true images of the prophets. See what I'm saying? The true images and of the people or the Hebrews, the Jews. And man, if you can save up money to try to get that book, get it. But Amazon will also try to stop you, try to send it to a different location, try to hold on to it, but do whatever you have to do to get that book because it holds a lot of our records, right? And with that being said, the white man has took it away from us. He has hid it. The Catholic Church and a lot of the white people have destroyed some of our records too. That's why the Catholic Church took out, the books and the Apocrypha. The Apocrypha is Hebrew for the middle. See what I'm saying? It's Hebrew for the middle, and it was the missing piece in the Bible, the 1611 edition Bible, King James Version. Okay, so Carter G. Woodson is wrong for saying that. See what I'm saying? If he dug deeper, he would know that these devils took and stole and burned our records. Keep going.
The Hebrew keenly appreciated the value of tradition, as is attested by the Bible itself, despite of worldwide persecution. Therefore, he is a great factor in our civilization.
Ooh, read that one more time. That's really good to listen to. Just the last sentence.
It says the Hebrew keenly appreciated the value of tradition, as is attested by the Bible itself.
Right.
In spite of worldwide persecution, therefore, he is a great factor in our civilization.
Right. So he's talking about the Native Americans. He's talking about how our history concerning the Bible. He's talking about how they are a great asset in the world, which Native Americans are. You see what I'm saying? That's something to honor. Honor all the great things that the Native Americans have done. The Hispanics, have done. Black people have done. But we are not recognized as a people, who have done something glorious. We are looked down upon. And, this is why we are going to get into a scripture in a second to show that Black History Month is a month that has destroyed Black people. Till this day, niggas don't know that Christ is a Black man.
Right.
With all this knowledge flowing in the earth, we forgot to teach our children the true history, which is the Bible. The Bible is a Black history book. It's a prophetic book that holds secrets, holds, private information that's only for the Hebrews, that no one has showed us as far as our slave master. The information that comes out in the Bible is information that you can never find in a history book or, the white man's history book, because the Bible is a history book. It's a survival kit until Christ comes back. It's giving us history all the way back to Adam, the first man to come into the truth, to follow and keep the Lord's law, statutes, and commandments. That's history.
Right.
More history with prophecies that's coming out with Christ returning and establishing his seat, his throne, to rule over this entire earth,
to where after this next war comes about and it ends, niggas will never ever have to think about slavery again. We will rule forever. This will be the end of sin. This will be the end of death. This will be the end of oppression. After we get this last ass whooping from the Most High, we will understand something, that we are going to be in order and forever in order. You see what I'm saying? Before all you Christians out there, man, according to Matthew, the 5th chapter, verses 17 through 19, you got something coming for you. All these people who have gave us misinformation, uneducated us about the shit that the white man wanted us to know. You are going to be least in the kingdom of heaven. That's for sure. You ain't getting off the hook just like that. But it's going to be a point in time when Christ is back that we get to speak about the truth of our history. Yeah, once upon a time, you see what I'm saying? Like, it would be nice to tell my grandchildren and their grandchildren, et cetera, when there's going to be museums built up of the shit that happened through all the years, all the centuries, all the over 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 years of Hebrews being on the earth and the shit that they went through. It's all going to be in the museums, man. Yeah, and this time, we were under the captivity under the East Indians. Around this time, that's when the Native Americans got killed. Around that time, that's when, black people, had a war on drugs. Your Nixons and your Ronald Reagan and your Nancy Reagan, they decided to infiltrate black people and put, drugs in their communities, put guns so they can kill each other. All that's going to be in the museums. But then, some years ago, this is when, as you may know, Christ came back, Yahushua, the Mashiach had came back and destroyed these heathens, man. And now, as you see, they are our slaves. They're going to be looking around like, that man right there, these people were over us. It's going to be unbelievable. You see what I'm saying? Our children's are going to be like, wow, that's crazy. You see what I'm saying? I would love to wake up, if I died in this lifetime, I would love to come back with Christ ruling. But if not, I will do this all over again for my nation.
That's right.
Because this time's only short. I don't mind working, 24/7 for the Most High just to get, the rest of the time when Christ comes back, and that's just going to be forever. See what I'm saying? Once that happens, man, it's over, man. There's no more of the bad, terrible shit that happened to us as a nation anymore. It's not going to happen. It's white people's turn to get this slavery. It's going to be forever. It's not going to be for 400 years. They are going to, submit and be submissive to our rulership. And that's the beauty of it, man. That's why today we're talking about Black History Month. And all through February, all through this whole entire, until the damn internet is broken, this is going to be nothing but history concerning Black, Hispanic, and Native American people. So Black History Month is not a month really that honors Black people. See what I'm saying? And in a sense of something being good and honorable, it's more of an insult. These niggas that help white people get rich, these niggas that help white people push the agenda to destroy you, let's honor them. Let's honor your Martin Luther Kings, your Jesse Jacksons, your Al Sharptons. Oh, they're also in the Black History Month thing too, in the school system. I know before I left, middle school and high school, and even during the year of college, they had them in there as well as new faces. See what I'm saying? Nat Turner should be the first one in there. Yeah, this nigger that killed over 50 to 100 of us. Let's honor him because he had the balls, he had the guts. He was tired of his ass getting beaten on. You see what I'm saying? So these white devils is crazy, man. Go ahead and I need you. Let me see.
White people don't like hardcore Negroes.
Hell
they like
no.
them soft. Play with pillows at night. Pillow fighting Negroes.
Right.
In a Christian church.
Damn
That's
right.
Like.
That's a good statement. I need you to scroll down a little bit. Let me see where I need you to go. Stop right there. No. Go up. Oh, I need you to read United States Black History Month right there. So, United States Black History Month. So we're gonna move on real quick, and once this brother gets done reading this, I'm going to bring something very important out as well, right? I just need y'all to hold on, share, comment, like, and tell niggas who think they have any knowledge to come watch this class today, all right? Because niggas don't know history like niggas in the U.P.K do. We study. We're scholars in here, all right? So go ahead and start off reading that out.
Welcome. United States Black History Month, 1976. Black History Month was first proposed by Black educators and the Black United students at Kent State University in February 1969. The first celebration of Black History Month took place at Kent State 1 year later, in February 1970.
I'm gonna need you to stop just right there real quick. So now Black History Month was considered actual month instead of Negro Week in the 1970s, really 1976. Now with this, understand this, right? Every class that is done in this classroom as far as the history, right? Understand the time periods that I'm bringing out. Now, this shows you that this is the Lord because of this. Any topic that I teach in here is random, or it's sometimes random, or sometimes concerning the history of this month, this day, this week, right? When I talked about the feminist movement, when I talked about the civil rights movement, it was something else I talked about. It was something else that I talked about, and I touched on a little bit of abortion as well. Through the 1920s all the way to the 1970s, all this happened all at once and around the same time.
Police brutality.
Police brutality, the feminist movement, the abortion, the birth of abortions. As far as Margaret Sanger, 1921, she founded it. Her being a part of the feminist movement as well later in the years, that affecting Black women. It was something like the civil rights movement. 1976, also a couple of years before, around that time, you had the death of Martin Luther King. You had the marches. You had the riots. You also had Jesse Jackson playing a part, trying to run for president, trying to gain the power that Martin Luther King had. You also had Malcolm X around this time. You had great viewpoints of history around this time. Now, fast forward to actual Black History Month, because around that time there wasn't a such thing as Black History Month, right?
Right.
So 1976 is the correct time in February of the birth of so-called Black history. Let's give niggas a month to celebrate and honor them. Let's do that for them. That's the least we can do. We've done so much terrible things to them. Let's do that for them. That wasn't in a white man's mind or heart. I'll show you what was in his mind and in his heart. Keep reading.
Come. 6 years later, Black History Month was being celebrated all across the country in educational institutions, centers of
colleges, and stuff like that.
Centers of Black culture and community centers, both great and small. When President Gerald Ford recognized Black History Month being the celebration of the United States bicentennial.
Keep going. Yeah, just keep going.
He argued Americans to seize the opportunity to honor the too often neglected accomplishments of Black Americans in every area of endeavor throughout our history.
So with that being said, President Gerald Ford only recognized Black History Month because the Blacks who helped white people were very important to him. It kept the state of Stockholm syndrome. You see what I'm saying? It wasn't okay. This month was not a month to give thanks
to, you know, all the people who really done something for Black people, but this was a thanks for helping them and their wickedness and their agenda. Remind you, man, Eli Whitley, I understand you're trying to make it, you know, easier for niggas to not, you know, get their fingers all cut up and bleeding, but you made, I mean, this brother made the white man rich, made him thousands, I mean, not thousands, but millions and millions of dollars, man. The richest, filthy rich, disgusting rich of a white man. What are other inventions that Black people have made that you know, white people benefit off of or stole and took from us?
feel like.
What?
Could you repeat the question?
Oh, no sweat.
I was thinking.
No sweat. I mean, what are devices or inventions that Black people have made that white people have took and used it, like perverted it? See what I'm saying? What are things that the white man has used, have took from Black people? Because Black people created a lot of things. I'm trying to think of some, but I can't think of them on the top of my head. You know, cotton gin was one of them. Cotton gin, that was one.
Automobile.
That's
bathtub. They perverted the bathtub.
Nah.
They really
actually, I have to say, like,
so like, the air. May I elaborate on that?
Go ahead.
They polluted the bathtub by getting their crusty selves in there because they're some dirty, stinking animal.
Oh, you crazy as that? No, but I'll have to say, like, also I talked about Black Wall Street last week,
right?
With the how they hijacked our aerial planes, meaning airplanes. You know what I mean? The white man also built off of that. He added on to that. You see what I'm saying? You know, also with you know, surviving off of the backs of Native Americans. You know what a husbandman is. A husbandman is a farmer. All right, you might see that in the book of, you know, Deuteronomy a lot. The husbandman is someone who farms, who's a farmer. That's something also that white people have took from us and became rich off of. You see what I'm saying? Because remind you that these are our people who did not know how to clean themselves, who did not know how to be compassionate to their woman. These are also a people who did not know how to really survive. I mean, they knew how to hunt and shit like that, but other resources of survival, they didn't know how to do it until the natives taught them. And afterwards, they killed them. And, you know, this is Black history. This is real history, showing the wickedness of white people. See what I'm saying? And have you ever noticed that they don't have a White History Month? It's funny because only one nation has a history month, and that's Black people. And people would think that this is a great thing for us. But every day the white man shows you how much, you know, he disrespects and dishonors you. Every day, the way he kills you, the way he addresses you. I believe you just had Donald Trump who said something negative about Black History Month. You had Morgan Freeman, Stacey Dash, like a year, maybe two ago, who spoke against Black History Month. These entertainers who have platforms, who have a voice, don't speak up for Black people at all. They don't. They don't speak up for niggas at all. You have the gay ass Cam Newton. Yeah, Cam Newton, man. Cam Newton, man. He was talking about, you know, Black History Month. Yeah, I really don't care too much about that. See what I'm saying? You had niggas like a gay ass rapper, Young Thug. Young Thug who spoke about, you know, hey, I ain't got nothing to say concerning Mike Brown. Then later he want to come out with a song talking about rest in peace to Mike Brown. You got niggas like A$AP Rocky who said that he don't know what the hell is going on in Ferguson. He's worried about drugs, a woman, and him saying in the Beverly Hills. That's exact words in the interview. And these are the people that we look up to, that we say is great. And then, you know, they also honoring LeBron James, who calls himself King James because he's the greatest in basketball. They honor him for Black History Month too. You know, a lot of people don't know that. I mean, all the niggas doing just shooting a basketball and a hoop. That's it.
That shit. So that's not hard. Okay, anybody can do that.
Anybody can shoot a basketball and a hoop. I could throw it in a damn crate, in the trash can. Now I'm a star. You see what I'm saying? This is a month of vanity. We want to focus on niggas for just 1 month. Why not every day? Black people in the I.S.U.P.K is making history, man, all the time. Brothers and sisters, man, outside the UPK making great history all the time. Why only 1 month we should just focus on niggas? And then it gets worse than this. There's white people on Black History Month who show what they did to them, like with all the murders, the massacres, you know, all the police brutality. They show disrespect. They show hate towards niggas by showing, you know, the things that they done to them. Also, for Black History Month, they put their name over all the Black people who invented the shit that's in America today. Niggas didn't invent this. Black people, I mean, white people invented this. See what I'm saying? Hey, y'all should check out that page, White People versus Black People. That is the most racist group that Facebook has kept on the internet. And man, you know, we go in the I.S.U.P.K, we go in on there. We cut white people.
So like,
go ahead.
So you telling me they have a white people versus Black people page, and they got me blocked for saying a white man's the devil?
Exactly.
They got me in jail right
exactly.
now.
Yeah. Exactly. See what I'm saying? In the name of you know, Black History Month, they got something like that. You see what I'm saying? And white people be trying to go in on niggas, but then they get their feelings hurt because we expose their true history.
Right. That
they try to hide or sweep underneath the rug. You see what I'm saying? That's good on that. All right, let's touch on this real quick. I need you to get Ecclesiastes 7:7. So once again, brothers and sisters should really teach their kids, you know, our real history. There should be projects done about the people in the Bible. People who sacrificed their lives for the Most High, who the Most High, you know, was with. You see what I'm saying? The Most High, I mean, the people who the Most High have risen up to do great and amazing things, man. I'm gonna say this one more time. Samson. I can't believe that a man like Samson killed a whole bunch of Africans, man, with the jawbone of a damn donkey. He's smacking the shit out of their ass. God damn. Most High in Christ. That's history for you right there. See what I'm saying? Man, who else is great in the Bible, man? Who else did amazing things in the Bible?
All the prophets.
Really, all the prophets, man. But I need more names, man. Let me see. Daniel. Was it Daniel who was in the lion's den, or Peter?
Daniel.
It's Daniel. Daniel, a badass man, who killed that damn lion. See what I'm saying? He wasn't afraid or scared of nothing, man. He conquered that battle. He fought to the death, and he won that battle. And the reason why was because the Most High was with him. Man, I'm thinking about, man, I must not forget about this. King David, man. My favorite story is when GEN.YAHANNA breaks down King David versus Goliath. I love reading that story, man. That's probably one of the best stories that I've ever laid my eyes on in the Bible. Man, King David, man, his older brothers, man, would not fight Goliath. This ugly African fly-swatting thing, man. But David, being a young man who was not afraid of anything, he was ready for that fight. And he killed that African. And he grabbed that sword and chopped his head off, man. And he got a reward from King Saul, I believe it was. Yeah. A great man.
So I thought he swung that little thing.
I said after he died, after he got killed.
So You say you chopped his head off.
Yeah, he did chop his head off.
You skipped that part though. You made it seem like
no. I said after he died, the African got his head chopped off. I'm just skipping a little bit. I'm trying to, I'm just trying to speed up the process a little bit. You see what I'm saying? So go ahead and get Ecclesiastes 7:7.
Come on. Ecclesiastes chapter 7 verse 7. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart.
Read that one more time, but a little bit louder.
Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad.
Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad. Now, people always say, y'all niggas are always mad. You're too militant. See what I'm saying? You can never answer a question. See what I'm saying? You're always angry. Why are you so angry for? God loves everybody. No. The people that are upset, angry, are the people who have wisdom, who are wise. And for someone to see the oppression that is going on amongst their people, they are wise because they see something that everybody else doesn't see. They see that there is a problem. But for those who see that, oh, white people love me, they're killing me, yes, that's love. Keep it up. Let's love. They keep killing us. See what I'm saying? I forgive them. Dylan Roof shot up our church. We need more bullets. We need more blood. You see what I'm saying? That's Stockholm syndrome, man. But those who see that Dylan Roof was a problem, they are wise.
Right.
Read it one more time.
Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad.
Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad. Today in 2018, Black people can't see that, Black people can't see today that Black History Month never really, did anything for Black people. You see what I'm saying? Why should we just be celebrated for a month? Why can't we speak about the history? Why can't we speak about the people who rebelled against the white people? Why can't we speak about that? Why can't we, live as niggas? And that's why Captain Katazar, man, he came out with a great song, man, with the sister Taylor, called "Can I Live?" That is probably one of the greatest songs I've heard lately, because niggas cannot live as niggas. They have to have a mask. They have to live under what the white people want them to live as. You see what I'm saying? Now, I mean, we never learn about the achievements that we had. Black Wall Street was one of the greatest things that was going for Black people. The music, you see what I'm saying? The culture. Now white people want to turn into their own and say niggas never had history. Niggas ain't got shit going on for them. They're bums, they're ignorant, they're always begging. You see what I'm saying? They're homeless, They ain't got nothing going for them. That's how we're looked at today in America.
Right.
It should really spark a question inside of you, like, niggas get treated bad all the time. Black people are disrespected in America, the most disrespected people in America. And they give us a history to kind of like try to honor us. Something's not adding up right. It's because it's not in honor of niggas. It's in honor of, the white man's puppets. You see what I'm saying? That's who it's in honor of. That's why Martin Luther King is the face of January, around February. Malcolm X is celebrated and praised more than, these prophets who've done way more better things. And the thing is, too, people's results show. I haven't seen Martin Luther King. I haven't seen any of these people who are so-called great, these Black leaders. I've never, ever seen them have a positive effect on niggas. If you want to talk about emotions and feelings and shit like that, that's gay and that's retarded. Do they have something to hold on to as an inheritance? Do they have some type of knowledge that's going to take them somewhere, to a place where it's going to build for niggas only? Or is it going to build white people's economy, their kingdom, their empire? We're not talking about that. People want to talk about, the first Black cop, the first
black doctor. You know what I mean? The doctors back then were keeping the KKK members alive. They don't talk about that. They don't talk about how, niggas who started to become cops in I believe it was like the 1700s, they were slave catchers for other niggas, and they can only arrest niggas. They can put their hands on a white man to arrest them. They couldn't. After all these years, after all these black leaders who are still alive today, what are they doing for black people now? Nothing. How is it that over 60 years, you're fighting for equality? You're fighting for a seat in a white man's world, and we're still suffering the same punishment? Does it really take 60 years for something to change? No, this shit can happen overnight.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? This can happen overnight. Something can be changed. We can be the head and they can be the tail. We can be serving the Most High and out of the condition, and white people can take our place where they belong from the beginning. These heathens were here to serve us. You see what I'm saying? We wasn't here to serve them. But here goes your Black History Month. That's Stockholm Syndrome, man. I'm a nigga every day, not just for a month.
Right.
If you really want to get technical, let's talk about the police brutality. Let's talk about the abortions, the genocide. Let's talk about the war on drugs. See what I'm saying? Let's talk about that. All right. Read that one more time out.
Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 7. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart.
And the gift destroyeth the heart. And the gift is your Black History Month. The gift is, you see what I'm saying, that Grammy. The gift is, that gold medal. The gift is whatever the white man tries to reward you with, but at the same time, understand what is going on. See what I'm saying? A white man only loves you when you do what he tells you to do. I want you to run up and down my basketball court and make me money. Do you know that the basketball coaches, they don't have to be present for them to coach you because they still get paid?
Right.
They get paid close to $500,000. I believe that's correct. $500,000 within the whole season, man. That's crazy. They don't have to be there. They can come, they can just sit at home, relax, and just watch you on TV and still make money off of you. You are nothing but a check. You are nothing but a come up for white people. Anything they can use to blind you with, like this month, celebrating niggas, they would do it and still make money off of you. See what I'm saying? They don't talk about the real history that niggas have done or things that we have achieved, as a people. All right. So that's the gift that destroys the heart. Go to Revelations 1:1.
Okay.
Now, with the history, we're going to jump into a very, very important man who is known through all the earth, through all the religions, through all the cultures. You see what I'm saying? And his name is Yahawashi, as you may know as Jesus Christ. Not white Jesus, but a black man. Okay? Go ahead and get that out.
Revelation chapter 1, verse 1. The revelation of Jesus Christ, which God gave unto him to show unto his servants things which must shortly come to pass.
Start right there. The revelation of Yahawashi. This is John the Baptist, see what I'm saying, who is revealing something to you. He's giving you a revelation to reveal something about Yahawashi. And this is a vision, all right? Something that his servants should know. Go ahead.
And he sent and signified it by his angel unto his servant John.
Unto his servant John. And John took up the responsibility to, you know, give you this which what we are reading today, give you the information, give you the things that he bare record back then. So we will continue to know right now. This is history. See what I'm saying? Keep going.
Who bear record of the word of God.
Who bear record of the word of God. These words that you reading are the words of the Most High. Keep going.
And of the testimony of Christ.
The testimony of Christ, the story of Christ. Keep going.
And of all things that he saw.
And all the things that John the Baptist had saw in a vision concerning Yahushua. Keep going.
Blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the word of this prophecy.
Now this is beautiful right here. Bless who?
Blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of this prophecy.
Now the Bible also says in Revelations 13:9, if a man have an ear, let him hear. Now hear this. Hear how this is a blessing. See that it is an amazing thing to know who Yahushua is. To be able to get a chance to see what John the Baptist was talking about, what he saw in his vision. And we are going to find out more about this. Keep going.
And keep these things which are written therein.
Keep this in your mind. Meditate on the scriptures night and day. Keep this on your heart, man. Tell your children. Teach your children about the real Black history, man. The revelation of Yahushua. Keep going.
For the time is at hand.
For the time is at hand. Just like Romans, the 13th chapter. Keep going.
John to the 7 churches which are in Asia.
Say it again.
John to the 7 churches which are in Asia. Grace be unto you and peace from him which is and which was and which is to come.
So right now, John Baptist is talking about the prophecy of Yahushua coming back. But I'm gonna skip you down. Go to verse 13.
Come.
All right, we're gonna skip you down a little bit for time's sake. John the Baptist is going to reveal the prophecy of Christ coming back in the earth. And with this, we're going to visualize Christ and how he looked and what he was, what he came to do. All right, keep going.
Verse 13, and in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man.
Say that one more time.
One like unto the Son of Man.
No, read it from the top.
And in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man.
Start right there. In the midst of the 7 candlesticks. The 7 candlesticks were the schools that the Apostle Paul was over. See what I'm saying? He was over 7 schools that he was in charge of, teaching these brothers and sisters, man, the truth. And, places like Corinth and, Ephesians, man, what's that one? Start with PH, Philippians. All right. See what I'm saying? These places that Paul was in charge of, these schools. Okay. Where the schools where Jeremiah, Obadiah, Daniel, and Peter all went to school, sitting in the same class together. Okay. Keep going.
Clothed with the garment down to the foot.
Oh, Salaki, the Son of Man being Yahushua. Everybody, even in their ignorance of the Bible, everyone knows who the Son of Man is, and that's Yahushua. And read that one more time about his attire.
Clothed with a garment down to the foot.
Clothed with the garment down to the foot. Everybody calls, the U.P.K Power Rangers because of the garments that we wear with the fringes. But what they don't know is that this is the same attire, warlike apparel that Christ wore himself. And this goes further to show you that he wasn't just like any regular nigga. He wasn't a half-naked Jake in the world. He wasn't, rocking skinny jeans or just a regular t-shirt. He came in a warlike apparel.
And there's a reason why he came dressed the way he was, a garment clothed down to the foot, above the knees. There was a reason why. Because he came to kill, man. He came to destroy. He came to establish his throne. Keep going.
And girt about the paps with a golden girdle.
Mm-hmm. Read it one more time.
And girt about the paps with a golden girdle.
Come on, come on. So like, go ahead. Come on.
And girt about the paps with a golden girdle.
Girded about the paps with the golden girdle. A golden girdle is, you know, that thing that you wear in the gym to keep your core tight. See what I'm saying? One thing about men, we always try to make sure we keep our core tight when we're, you know, like working out. You see what I'm saying? Sitting up straight. See what I'm saying? Or, you know, something like anything that you're doing physical, we try to make sure our core is tight so we can move around the way that we want to. Understand that Christ also came with a sword, man. With that sword, he had to make sure that everything was in place. His core was tight, and plus his gold. You know, gold is heavy, man. Most people with real gold, if you take it off your neck and put it in somebody's hand, it got weight to it. Put it on your neck, it got weight to it. You see what I'm saying? It definitely do. It got some weight to it. So that golden girdle wasn't just any type of girdle. See what I'm saying? It has some weight on that. And this is what Christ came in, with a garment down to the foot and with a golden girdle to keep his core packed tight. All right, keep going.
His head and his hairs were white like wool.
His hairs and his head were white like wool. Was he white? No, his hair, the texture, the color of his hair on his head was white like wool. Most black people, you look at Morgan Freeman, that's one black person who has woolly, you know, a little bit of white hair. See what I'm saying? Other brothers and sisters, you know, as well, that you may see throughout history. Okay, keep going.
As white as snow.
As white as snow, meaning it was just as white as this is. See what I'm saying? As white as this notebook paper, white as snow. Keep going.
And his eyes were as a flame of fire.
His eyes were as a flame of fire. Now, there's two contexts to the flame of fire. One being, you know, if you got some real good quality wine, your eyes is going to be red from the wine. You see what I'm saying? That's how you know it's good quality. All right. The second context of it is the fact that he was angry. His eyes was really red. This man was angry because he came back to set straight the wickedness in the earth. And he's angry because of his nation's sake. The 12 tribes of Israel is going through a lot of oppression. What did you love in that?
What you talking about?
You see what I'm saying? So that's the other context. Keep going on that.
And his feet like unto fine brass.
And his feet like unto fine brass, man. Meaning this was a man with color. He wasn't a white man. He wasn't, you know, a Middle Eastern man. This man had color. He was dark-skinned. Keep going.
As if they burn in a furnace.
As if it burned in the furnace. Anything that burns is going to turn black, but especially in the furnace. If you got a penny, look at a penny. That's burned in the furnace. You see what I'm saying? That's a great example. Brass is a brownish color, something like this. A brownish color. And we're going to get more context as far as, you know, black, the word black. All right, keep going.
And his voice as the sound of many waters.
Many waters, meaning like when you're driving down the street away from the ocean, you can still hear the waves crashing against each other and crashing against the shore or rocks, because that's how loud his voice was. He was a black man with a loud, strong, you know, masculine voice. He didn't sound like your Christian pastor who's very soft-spoken and low tone. Like, no, like when he talked, everybody paid attention. Like, oh, damn, okay, I understand now. You see what I'm saying? When he spoke, everybody heard it.
See what I'm saying? He didn't sound like a mice, all quiet and sneaky, like your Christians, man. He was loud, like how black people are loud today. You see what I'm saying? Black people do not know how to whisper at all. We are the ones that's you know, the voices that you hear in the libraries, the voices that you hear at, you know, meetings and classrooms, areas where it's supposed to be quiet at. A voice that sounded like many waters. All right, a loud tone voice. Go ahead. Keep going.
So
take your time.
And he had in his right hand 7 stars. And out of his mouth.
You stop right there. Go ahead and get Hebrews 7:14. Hebrews 7:14, we're going to get more context for you and give you more history on this man. You got to also ask yourself, why is it important as far as what Christ wore? It's very important because of, like, you know how they say, you know, people get dressed up for the mood or for the, you know, for the event. This event is finna be these devils, these heathens getting killed. So he's dressing up for the occasion that he's about to rule again. See what I'm saying? If you also go into the other prophecies, you see what I'm saying? His garment is white, but it's going to be as if it was red, because it's going to look like he was dipped in a wine press. That's how much blood is going to be all over him for all the murder, not the murder, but all the killings that he is going to do concerning Black, Hispanic, and American people. All right, go ahead and get that. Hebrews 7:14. That should be.
Hebrews chapter 7, verse 14. For it is evident that our Lord sprang out of Judah.
Read that one more time.
For it is evident that our Lord sprang out of Judah.
Evident mean there is evidence. It's very evident. There is evidence in the Bible that Yahushua did what? He sprung out of Judah. Okay? Meaning he was a Negro, a so-called Judite. Okay? Keep going.
Of which tribe Moses spake nothing concerning priesthood.
Moses being a Hebrew as well, Christ being a Judite of the 12 tribes of Israel. That's history. That's history to further prove that Christ was a so-called Negro. He wasn't your white, you know, your white stringy-haired, blue-eyed devil that you see in the churches. That is Caesar Borgia, a homosexual who was having sex with his, you know, his painter. What's the goddamn devil name? Da Vinci, Leonardo da Vinci. Am I saying that right?
Leonardo.
I believe it's Leonardo da Vinci. All right.
He was an inventor.
Inventor, that was right.
Leonardo. I always say Leonardo DiCaprio.
I know, cause like I can't for some odd reason. I usually know the name, but for some reason I'm blank right now. But this devil, you know, he was a homosexual, and he was painted for the likeness of, you know, being Christ. And this is around the time the Catholic Church, you know, had hid all of our records. That's where you get the whole images in the Russian icon or the Russian museum of niggas. They actually have it there to this day. But that's why that book costs so much, because they don't want you to see the real images. They don't want you to see the real image of the prophets who were really niggas. Most people, when they read the Bible, they look at, you know, these people as white because of the images that were painted. The Adam and Eve. See what I'm saying? Adam and Steve. Crazy. You know, Peter and Paul being white. John the Baptist being a white boy. Job, Moses, Aaron. All these people are so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American people that you are reading about. White people never went through slavery. As far as, you know, being on the ships, being on the boats, being in chains.
So
never. Go ahead.
Is it Leonardo DiCaprio?
I believe it. I believe that's right. I believe that's right. I could be wrong, but I think that's right.
I think it is.
Yeah, come. But we know for sure that that's not Christ. Caesar Borgia is Caesar Borgia, a white homosexual, all right? You know, keep going on that.
And it is yet more evident for that after the similitude of Melchizedek, there arose another priest.
Oh, that's actually going more into the lineage of Christ. That's to why when I need you to get Jeremiah 4 and 12.
Jeremiah 4 and 12?
Yeah, Jeremiah 4 and 12. Jeremiah 4 and 12 is going to prove furthermore, you know, history concerning Black people and what we should be teaching our children forever, not just only on February, in the month of February, but in forever, every day, all day. Make sure they're watching the classes that we have, the free classes, you know, in every state, but mainly, you know, in New York and Philly. Monday through Friday, you have classes from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m., all right? Depending on your city or state. All right, go ahead and get that out.
Jeremiah chapter 4, verse 12. Even a full wind from these places shall come unto me.
That's Jeremiah 4 and 12?
Yep.
You know what I'm talking about? Judah morning?
And the gates there.
Language, yeah.
It's 14.
Oh, 14 as well. My bad. 14 and 2.
Yeah.
Right, my bad. I must have wrote it down wrong. The water, I appreciate that. Jeremiah 14 and 2. Yeah, that sounds about right. I said 4 and 12.
You had the numbers right, just rearrange.
Right, rearrange. No, so I got you. Go ahead and get that.
Jeremiah chapter 14, verse 2.
Mm-hmm.
Judah mourneth.
Judah mourneth.
And the gates thereof language.
Now, that doesn't sound like white people. It sounds like Black people. Judah mourning, meaning Judah was in the state of travail, meaning a people who was in a lot of distress, oppression. You see what I'm saying? In a low state as a people. So read it from the top one more time.
Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof languish.
Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof languished. Meaning the gates, the protection wasn't as strong for our nation. As you see today, in Black history, we're always mourning. You see what I'm saying? We're dying off of AIDS. We're dying because of the abortion. We're dying from the illness, you know, that's pushed on us as a people. We are dying from the drugs, you know, Black on Black crime, thanks to the white man. We're dying in the hands of the white man. We're dying from everything, but we are not prospering as a people because we forgot about the Most High, serving Him. All right, keep going.
They are black unto the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And the cry of Jerusalem is gone up.
So it says that they are black unto the ground. Understand that is a context of, like, for example, if you really dig up dirt, there's different shades of colors of brown and black. They're black unto the ground, meaning, first of all, the ground being low, being at the bottom, a low state, and black being the condition in which they are in. That's the context of black. They are not just that, but they're actually, you know, Israelite people. That's why it says Judah, and it also says black, because it's giving you two different contexts. If you know who Judah is, you know Israelites are niggas, so-called Negroes. So Judah, then you got the word black, it's talking about the condition. Judah's talking about what they look like and what type of people are mourning. That's what it's talking about. That's the Black history that we must continue to keep alive in the earth. The Bible is not a fairy tale. It's a Black historical book. All right, that's been around for over 2,000 years. And we must continue to teach our children and edify, you know, our people with this book. So in honor of Black History Month, learn about the goddamn Bible for once.
That's right.
Learn about the real history. that is in the earth. You know, the white man gives you a damn, you know, month, and now you're going crazy and you're celebrating and having a good time. But then when it comes time for March, it's all, you know, it's not about niggas anymore. Let's go back to, you know, working. Let's go back to, you know, slaving, and let's go back to, you know, protesting and marching. You know, really, we're going to continue to honor brothers like Nat Turner. We're going to continue to honor Commanding General Yohanna and all his prophets and soldiers that's underneath him.
That's right.
We're going to continue to, you know, make the name Yahweh be great in the earth. We're going to let it be known that he was an amazing brother and not, you know, a white man. We're going to let that be known. We're going to discuss the stories, the true history of what happened in the Bible, man. And that's what we will keep and do in honor of my children, in honor of everybody else's children, in honor of those who have been misled. We will teach about the real history in the earth. Fuck the white man or whatever he was talking about, because he still lied to you. And the history books right now, they got it to where they are trying to take away slavery out of there. Our history never started as being slaves. We were people with rulership, authority, people who was, you know, respected once upon a time, a people who, you know, respected the Most High as him being our God and our power. But we will get back to that as a people, and that's prophecy. That's history to come in front of your eyes, whether you believe it or not. And with that being said, that's it. Next week, we're going to go ahead and touch on most likely, let me see the date. Yes, next Wednesday is actually Valentine's Day. Look at that. We're going to attack the homosexuality of Valentine's Day and get into a little bit of the two Roman empires that were, you know, the Romans who were, you know, bumping head to head, you see what I'm saying, concerning this holiday, all right? So with that being said, Shalom, Yahweh, Shemar, Shabbat, to all my brothers, Shalom, Yahweh, Shamar, Alatham, Bashimah, shout out to all my sisters, all right? Shalom.
Shalom.
Oh, I forgot I got the YouTube jumping too. Hold on. All right, no sweat. Let me get that.